because we are burying our municipalities.
Duly noted. Mr. Cole.
I would agree with my friend Mr. Pascrell. I think you were courageous to offer the budget you did. I think this committee was courageous to pass it. I think the House was courageous to pass it. I'm sorry my friends, when they were in the majority, didn't do a budget their last year, that our friends in the Senate haven't done one in 1,000 days, and we find precious little support for the president's budget on his side of the aisle. So, it is tough to grapple with these things. Mr. Zients, I'm almost reluctant to say I'm happy to see you here. Every time somebody does that, they spend the next 4.5 months beating you up. But I really am happy to see you here.
Thank you.
You will do a good job for the president. You've served him well in your previous capacities. Let me put a hypothetical in front of you, but I think it's a reasonable hypothetical. First, let's just posit that you get the revenue increases in your budget, and those actually occur as predicted in the budget. And let's posit for a minute that discretionary spending actually does a little bit better. We've actually spent less on the discretionary side in the appropriations process than the president asked for the last 2 budget years. We have the Budget Control Act going forward, which kind of put a ceiling on that. And I think we actually, on the discretionary side of things, can do even better than the president projects. But so if those two things happen, is there any realistic chance of this budget ever balancing absent some sort of serious entitlement reform?
Well, I think that the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, resulted in about $100 billion of savings in the first decade, $1 trillion in the second. In this budget, there's $360 billion of further health care savings through the efficiency gains, effectiveness gains that I talked about earlier. There's $270 billion of non-health care mandatory programs. It's an important set of initiatives, policy to get done.
Can it ever balance?
We need to keep working on it.
Well,
we need to keep working
to see
how we maintain the compact that we have with our seniors, and at the same time.
I agree. Is it fair to say that means no, that we're going to have some sort of entitlement reform to get further to where we all want to get?
I'll go back to sort of my private sector experience. Sometimes when you face a really big challenge, you keep going at it, and you keep making incremental progress. And you do it in a way that maintains the compact that we have with our seniors. The Republican budget breaks that compact. It's asking folks in 2022 to pay $6,400 more, according to CBO.
Well,
that breaks a basic compact.
I would disagree with that.
We can keep that compact. And keep going after it.
What is the president's, reclaiming my time, what is the president's plan then to deal with this?
The plan is to make this progress in this budget, have these policies enacted into law, and continue to work together to make continued improvements to these programs to ensure that we're maintaining the compact and at the same time.
Do you think the president will tell us what his plan is before the next election?
I think the president on multiple occasions has shown leadership, come to the table with serious discussions, and each and every time has been rebuffed, meaning no one's willing to take a balanced approach to deficit
show
reduction.
Leadership when you present a plan. We haven't gotten a plan on entitlement reform. Let me ask you, I have limited time, and let me ask you another question. You referenced in your initial remarks that it looks like we're making progress on the payroll tax, and we may well be. We'll probably all have to hold our nose on both sides of the table and accept some things we don't like, but that's potentially could happen this week. Do you continue in your budget the payroll tax holiday next year, or do you assume that we're going to return to, as I think we should, quite frankly, hopefully the economy's stronger and we can return to the normal Social Security taxes and revenues that you'd project on current taxes?
It's the latter. We're confident that we'll be in the type of shape economically that we can.
Okay, so you're pretty sure we're going to...
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Last question. We've had a lot of discussion about OCO, and I disagree with you on projecting $850 billion worth of savings, but assuming, how do you do that unless you can figure out what we're going to spend if we go to war someplace else, which you're taking savings, saying, okay, we're ending wars, but the next 10 years is very unpredictable. And, you have no place in there where you would assume we would spend money to go to war, but it's a pretty good chance there'll be...
Well, I don't want to speculate on the international scene, and that definitely is for Secretary Panetta. I will point out that there are $450 billion in OCO still in the budget. in this situation where we're saving over $800 billion.
Okay.
So it's not as if OCO is going to zero. There's $450 billion.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yield back, Mr. Chairman.